Hi everybody, Red Hill Eagle here. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 21 of A Broken Heart, WCW 1998. It's Sunday, week 4 of April. It's Spring Stampede. And if I do say so myself, I think we're going to get a pretty decent score for this show. It could turn out to be a complete flop. We'll wait and see, but I think I've got some pretty good segments and some good matches. We kick off with an opening hype video. Gets a rating of 80. Maybe could have done better. You know, some really big stars here. I rated them all on overness. I can't really think of anyone who might have put it down, to be honest. I mean, Savage is... I think he's still a star. there's no one lower than star here, I don't think. If there is, there's possibly one well-known. But I think they're all star at least. So yeah, maybe a little bit disappointed with 80. We kick off in-ring action with the triple threat tag team match for the world titles, the vacant world titles. So it gets a rating of 56, and it's Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton against Mortis and Wrath against the Faces of Fear. If you haven't read it already, in a decent match, the Faces of Fear defeated Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton and Mortis and Wrath in 12 minutes 49 when Meng pinned Bobby Eaton, illegally using the ropes for leverage. So we have new tag team champions, the Faces of Fear. The plan was next month for them to take the belts from the Steiners anyway. Obviously, we had to bring forward the start of their reign, and we were going to sort of split the Steiners. Obviously, things had to change after Scott Steiner got a horrific injury, leaving him out for a couple of years. So yeah, just brought things forward and changed things up a bit. The tag team belts are going to have to stay kind of mid-card, lower mid-card end for the moment, I think. You know, maybe we can see how far we can get these guys over, possibly be on, well, I was going to say possibly be on par with the Outsiders, but I don't know if we get them that high. And obviously we need to sort of keep, if they do get over, we need to make sure that other teams are going with them. But yeah, there we have it. New tag team champions, the Faces of Fear. In a 69 rated angle, Ted DiBiase introduces Rob Van Dam for his match. Literally just had like a couple of minutes to spare and just wanted to slot this in. So yeah, Ted DiBiase introducing his client, ready for his match. And he takes on the Demon, and he gets the win. A 59 rated match. In a poor match, Rob Van Dam defeated the Demon in 12 minutes 30 by pinfall with a 5-star frog splash. Not really sure what I expected. They're both recognisable. Rob Van Dam we're hoping to get over, pretty hard, but not there yet. So yeah, 59. Conan and Eddie Guerrero, pre-match promos as they prepare to take on Totally Cool, the team of Jim Neidhart and Disco Inferno, rating of 57. And I've said before, with pay-per-views, most of the angles are literally just pre-match interviews and just small things, really. Pay-per-views are all about the matches. 56 rated match. In a decent match, Conan and Eddie Guerrero defeated Totally Cool in 9 minutes 12 when Eddie Guerrero pinned Jim Neidhart with a handful of tights. Disco Inferno was the weak link, okay? No other sort of notes to write home about. I possibly maybe hoping Conan and Eddie Guerrero may have had some chemistry. It's not what I set out to do, but we always look out for that. Could have been a possible tag team. We still can, of course, just because they don't have positive chemistry. They don't have bad chemistry either. As I say, that wasn't my plan, but they do get the win here. Roddy Piper in a self-promo, rating of 76. Again, a few minutes to spare. I tried to get an angle in between each match, and especially because we had the really long match at the start, the triple threat, and we've got a couple of longish matches, so we wanted to make sure I got an angle between each match, and this was just something to slot in. And Roddy Piper was one of our Talk the Talk guys, so yeah, use him, get him on the mic. Rating of 76. 53 rated match. Yeah, disappointing actually. Buff Bagwell takes on Goldberg in a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. Goldberg defeated Buff Bagwell in 7 minutes 2 seconds by pinfall with a jackhammer. Just get Goldberg a victory on pay-per-view. Have Buff Bagwell appear on a pay-per-view. Might get some pop from that, I don't know, but Goldberg getting a win in just a little over 7 minutes. So yeah, whether that's done any favours for Bagwell, well, maybe not. 72 rating for Chris Jericho as he's noticed backstage. Cameras on him, and he just talks about how hyped he is for the match against Ric Flair. This is going to be career defining for Ric Flair. Chris Jericho, Ric Flair, submission match, and Chris Jericho cannot wait to get that Lion Tamer on his opponent tonight. Los Locos take on Royalty in tag team action, 63 rating. Juventud Guerra did have an injury. He was able to work through it, but it may have, it would have impacted his performance somewhat. What did he get? 46, yeah. But had decent wrestling, but not much heat. Royalty defeated Los Locos in 10 minutes 23 when Steven Regal submitted Juventud Guerra with a Regal stretch. Blimey, he's already injured. So yeah, 63, nothing to write home about. 62 rated angle as Gene Okerlund interviews Booker T. Just a self-promo from Booker T and talking more trash on Guerrero as he did in the previous Nitro after he humiliated his brother Stevie Ray following a victory against Stevie on a Nitro episode a couple of weeks ago. Again, just get Booker T on the card somehow. Didn't sort of have room for him to wrestle, but making an appearance. 72 rated match for the US Championship. In a good match, Kurt Hennig defeated Diamond Dallas Page in 15 minutes 38 by pinfall after using a foreign object. Kurt Hennig wins the WCW United States Heavyweight title. Let's be completely honest, we just wanted to get this storyline out the way. Hopefully it ended on a bit of a high, 72. So, yeah, hopefully that's helped us out a little bit with the rating. The last Nitro got an 81 actually, and I put it down to some really good angles and a couple of good matches, but actually also we didn't get that penalty for storylines, so that would have helped as well. So hopefully we can sort of hang on to that for the end of this show, and we'll have a few more storylines sort of setting up following this pay-per-view. Kurt Hennig, post-match, celebrates with the belt, rating of 70. Tag team action. This was quite tag team heavy actually, this pay-per-view. It's not like me, but I think we've got a few storylines going on, and I just sort of pair a few people up together. 69 rating as Bam Bam Bigelow and La Parka take on Chavo Guerrero Jr. and The Giant in a decent match. Bam Bam Bigelow and La Parka defeated Chavo Guerrero Jr. and The Giant in 10 minutes 19 when La Parka pinned Chavo Guerrero by using underhanded tactics. Yeah, a few bits of cheating tonight as well. In terms of in-ring work, Bam Bam Bigelow was head and shoulders above everyone else. Hopefully he's passed a few... Hopefully some of his talent has rubbed off on La Parka. He's the guy we want to get over more than Chavo. The Giant we still want to get over, but he didn't eat the loss here. So, yeah, 69 rating overall. Gene Okerlund catches up with Ric Flair and cuts an interview with him pre-match against Chris Jericho. Overall rating of 70. This match, well, career-defining. 82 rating. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Ric Flair defeated Chris Jericho in a submission match in 15 minutes 24 by submission with a figure 4 leg lock. So, those of you that thought I would be putting the youngster over the veteran to finish the story off, you were wrong. I've gone with Ric Flair. So, yeah, another one that's gained heat, but the storyline has ended, but 82, pleased with that one. Bret Hart and Randy Savage cut a promo against Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and then we see a promo from the Outsiders as they cut their own promo against their Alliance counterparts pre-match. Rating of 71 overall. And the match gets an 80. I'm pretty pleased with that. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, the Outsiders defeated Bret Hart and Randy Savage in 12 minutes 34. When Kevin Nash pinned Randy Savage, illegally using the ropes for leverage. Maybe I went a bit too far with the tainted wins. I mean, we had a lot of heels win tonight. The Outsiders getting the victory against the Alliance. Post-match, Lex Luger, of course, it didn't tell me, did it? But Lex Luger did interfere in that match. He distracted Bret Hart, which kind of helped the Outsiders get the win. So, post-match, we got Bret Hart brawling with Luger, and then Randy Savage is getting beaten down by the Outsiders, but eventually sort of road agents come in and kind of manage to get some sort of order, but overall rating of 70. And then we've got promos from Sting and Hollywood Hogan. Separate promos as they both Tell the audience why they are going to come out of this match victorious and taking home the belt. Rating of 82. How do we do in the match? In a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling, Sting defeated Hollywood Hogan in 16 minutes 32 when Hollywood Hogan was disqualified when Sid Vicious ran in and attacked Sting. Sting makes defense number 4 of his WCW World Heavyweight title. So, yeah, 79 could have been better. But yeah, I mean, 79, I'll take it. So, yeah, there we have it. Sting successfully defends against Hogan. So, based on that, based on the ratings, I'm not so sure this pay-per-view's done quite as well as I would have hoped. Let's have a look. 78, yeah. Could have been a little bit better. Would have liked to have hit 80, really. But we've completed 2 storylines. I already have another one lined up for one of those guys. So who did we have? We had Hennig and Diamond Dallas Page. Their storyline has finished, and Chris Jericho and Ric Flair have ended their storyline. So there's 4 guys there that we can potentially start looking at putting into different storylines. I do have one lined up that will more than likely kick off at the next Nitro, which will be tomorrow night's show. So yeah, that's that show out the way then. So just a couple of backstage things to look at, provided I don't show you anything that's going to ruin anything. I know this isn't a completely, I do show you some things behind the scenes. So we finished first out of 2 in the American area battle this month. That's pretty good to see. I like that. WCW Spring Stampede goes dormant. I didn't realise that. I might bring it back for next year. We'll have to have a look. Not sure yet. I might introduce some of my own sort of pay-per-views. But, I don't know, Spring Stampede's not such a bad name for a pay-per-view. Rey Mysterio Jr. doesn't connect with the fans. The kid is a waste of time, says Kevin Nash. Scott Hall causing rifts. Oh dear. So Randy Anderson now has simmering tension with Wrath. Not too concerned about Randy Anderson, but then saying that, he's one of our referees. We don't want to start upsetting all our officials. Viewing figures then for Spring Stampede, 804,000. Buy rate then 1.6. Okay, so who needs time to heal? Jim Neidhart. Okay, yeah, getting on a bit. Okay, whatever. So let's have a quick look then at some other sort of general behind the scenes. We lost 7.8 million. I know how we lost 7.8 million. That looks absolutely ridiculous, doesn't it? But I did all this off camera, and I probably just forgot to mention it. I went and upgraded all of our training facilities. So, yeah, we spent 11 million. But what that does mean is, if we look at if I can remember where to even find it, it's not something I go into very often, training facilities. So we've got the power plant, and I also introduced a performance center. So the power plant's a dojo, and we put it all up to 100%. And I also introduced a performance center, which I've just called WCW Underground, and not quite 100%, but it cost a fair few quid to set up. Got a couple of people in there at the moment, just in there learning some sort of extra skills. Quick look at our roster. I want to see if there's any changes in perception, any major changes. Chris Jericho's now a major star. Yes, love to see that. Love to see that, because that is something I've been working towards. Bam Bam Bigelow is a star. I don't think he was. I'm sure he was still only well known, so he's gone up 1, which is brilliant. Kurt Hennig as well. So winning that belt has put him back up to the star level, and I think pretty much everyone else. Ric Flair might have dropped down, actually. So Chris Jericho, despite losing, that storyline obviously did him a lot of good. So there you go. It just goes to show, just because you lost doesn't mean you lose pop, or doesn't mean you can't. I mean, he obviously came out of that match looking absolutely fantastic. So yeah, everyone else really pretty much the same. Rob Van Dam still. I just wanted to check. Rob Van Dam is still recognisable. Okay. I won't go all the way down, but I can see that Steven Regal still isn't recognisable. So he's still down as unimportant. Really want to get him over. It's kind of one of the reasons I put him in a tag team. So let's just have a quick look, actually. I don't want to go and look at every individual worker. But we'll have a just quick look at Steven Regal. I mean, 45-ish, 44, 45 in most places. So let's have a look at the progress. Blimey, he hasn't moved. The needle has not moved. We need to start giving Royalty some significant wins, I think. Yeah, because I really want to get Regal over. To be fair, they've only really just started, and I've probably been putting them in matches of guys of the same level. So I mean, if anything, actually, he's gone down pop in a couple of areas. So yeah, we need to start giving them some more prominent matches. I think some bigger matches. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much everything I want to go through. Just have a quick look at creative, because now we've got, I was going to say, now we've got Jericho as a major star. You never know if he's crept up there, but no, it's still, Sting, Hollywood Hogan, Bret Hart, Scott Hall, and Goldberg. Okay, that's it then. I think I will call it a day. Our next episode will feature the next episode of Nitro. Then we are leading towards now. Whoops, didn't want to look at pre-booking. Well, it tells me there anyway. Slamboree is our next event. I was going to have a tinker with some of these events, but I didn't in the end. I decided to keep them as they are. I was going to introduce a new pay-per-view here, but I've decided to keep Mayhem, but there may be a special match at Mayhem. Well, there will be. I don't know, there will be. But that's a few months off yet. We've got Slamboree next. So yeah, we'll be working towards that. And so I've got a couple more storylines to introduce now, because we're going to be falling under that. We need 5 storylines at 65, and we now only have 5 storylines. So we've got a 67, 79. That one's still unknown. Got to sort that one out. 74 and a 65. So actually, we only need that one to get 65, and the others to stay there. We'll still be okay. But yeah, I've got one more. There's one storyline I know I'm introducing. Probably need 1 or 2 more as well. So yeah, I will see you all again soon. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Goodbye.